Good morning, stamping friends. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing well, and I've recovered from the Halloween holiday that we had. We went over to our grandkids' home and we walked the neighborhood with them, and I love their neighborhood because it's small and we can get it done in about a half an hour. And I love seeing the kids and how they're all excited and dressed up, and it's just a really fun holiday for my husband and I because we get to get in on all the fun stuff and give them lots of sugar and then go home to our quiet little house and watch a movie. So it's kind of fun. Actually, it's probably more fun being the grandparent. I don't know. I'm just kidding, but I just know that they get all sugared up and they're so excited that it's hard to wind them down. Well, today we're going to talk about online exclusives, and I wanted to let you know that if you're on my newsletter, you already know this, but on my blog, I have actually made a little clickable link so that you can easily find those online exclusives. Sometimes it feels like we're on a scavenger hunt trying to find them because the items in the online exclusives are not found in a catalog. The only way that you can find them is by searching on the computer. And so I just tried to make it easier for you so you don't have to go hunting, wondering is it in the catalog, or which catalog is it in, or is it an online exclusive? So hopefully that will make it easier. And my graphic says online exclusives on it. So today I am using online exclusive products, but I'm using ones that we already have. But I do want to have you go check out that area because there's some new things that were added today, some new products. So today is the first day that you can order those. So it's kind of exciting today. And make sure you check them out because there's some really cute things in there. There's a nice watercolor one, and it's just fun. And be sure you page through them all because there's a lot of products in there and you may have missed some. There's even some Christmas things in there. All right, let me turn my camera around and we will start with today's project. Today's card, the focal point, is going to be the designer series paper called Sweet Days of Autumn. And you know, this really has gotten a lot of use this fall because you can use it. Oh gosh, I started using this in August and then September, October, and now November. And I want to show you the paper. There's just 3 different sheets of paper. It's 12 by 12. And the nice thing about this paper is that you get a lot of the same sheet. You will get, let's see here, you get 4 of each of these paper, and they're double-sided, and this one has some cute little animals and critters on it, and then the other side has the same colors but more of the, you know, the foliage, the leaves, and the little twigs and things like that. And then this piece is a nice little background, and then on the flip side it brings all those colors in again. I don't know, they kind of look like tree shape. And then this one is more of a kind of a general background of old olive, and then we have the twig shape in Cajun craze. So the colors that go with this, if you want to know the specifics, are there is some basic black in here, and I think that's in the animal one. Yeah, basic black, Cajun craze, crushed curry, early espresso, mossy meadow, old olive, pecan pie, and petal pink. All right, so I like it when we get maybe a couple fewer, or we get the same number of sheets, but a couple less designs, because when you do classes, you want your paper to go a long way, and it's just nice to get a few of the same papers. All right, so the cardstock base that we're gonna use is Cajun Craze, and let me see what I cut this at. I think it's 6 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I scored on one side at 2 inches. And then I cut a sheet of the designer series paper, and that is 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. It's just going to be 1/4 less than this little overlap piece here. So let me grab my glue. This is from my Sweet Petunia. I'm an affiliate for this. I love this because look at how fine the line is. And if you go on my blog, on the right-hand side, you'll see a link there, and I will get some credit if you order, and I think you'll enjoy this. This would make a great little Christmas present, and what's nice about this is there's a little rubber stopper underneath here. Can you see that? And that kind of keeps the end of the glue dry, so you don't have to keep putting the lid on. I do put the lid on at the end of the night, and then I'll open it during the day as I use it. All right, so this will be kind of a fun fold here. The next layer, we're going to use crushed curry, and it's going to go on the inside here because you can see so much of it. But what I'm going to use is a new folder that I just got, and this is from the Changing Leaves bundle. Here's the really pretty stamp set that you can use, and then this is an embossing folder, and oh, look at, there's some larger leaves here. And what's nice about this is you can die cut some of these, and they emboss and cut at the same time. So what you'll get is these 3 dies. And how you use it is you put the die face up and you put it on the logo side, the Stampin' Up! Logo side, and then you just match this up with the shape, these 3 leaves. And you just kind of feel around until it'll kind of catch in the groove where it goes. Whoops. There you go. And it won't move. You can feel it's in a channel there. And then if you want the whole thing done, you can go like that and cut out all those pieces. If you just want one leaf, you know, you just cut out your card or your cardstock to fit that one leaf that you want. I do have some of these cut out already, but you can see when it cuts it out, it will emboss the little veins in there. It's just very, very subtle. And so, you know, what I did was I made a little square and then I put it in there. Then you fold this shut and then you run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It doesn't matter whether it's that way or that way. Just make sure the fold goes through first. Run it through and then when you take it out, it will have it embossed and cut. So isn't that nice? You kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Here's the larger leaf I did in very vanilla, but it just makes it so much easier. And you can also use it without the dies, and so that's what I'm going to do on this card. We're just going to place this in here. I'll just kind of place, I don't know how I'll do it yet. It doesn't matter how it goes. I think I'll do it like that. So I'll be right back after I emboss this, and we will continue. I should mention when you run that through the embossing folder, you'll want to use the gray plate on top of this. So it's just the larger, thicker base, and then the embossing folder, and then the gray plate on top. All right, so this is what it looks like. It doesn't matter which side goes up or down, emboss or deboss. That means it's indented in. And I'm going to put this, I think the embossed side up. So let me grab my glue again. This was 5 1/4 by 4, which is kind of a standard size for layering. And we'll just put this right here. All right, so now we have a nice little fall background. Now the next thing we're going to do is this piece of paper with the critters is going to be our focal point. And what I did was I grabbed some of my circle dies. I grabbed the one from Stylish Shapes just for the basic circle, and then I grabbed one from Spotlight on Nature, and this one has the little niches in here. And I'm going to die cut one, and I want to kind of focus on this cute little bear here. So let's see, which one did I do? I already cut one out, but that one would have been cute with the owl in there too, but I did it different. I think I did the one with the bird in. I'm not sure. Let me grab the one I already cut out right here. All right, so you just kind of place this where you want. And then I'm going to do this piece, and I'll be right back. I'm going to die cut this one. All right, so this one is made out of Cajun Craze, and we're just going to glue that one flat on here, which means no dimensionals. I could have used this side too, but I don't know. I just really like the little animals here, and just a fun way to display them because, you know, when you look at them, I tried to use this as a rectangle, but I don't know, I'm OCD because I don't like it when, you know, some of them are upside down. So I decided to just focus on one animal and we'll make him the right side up. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to secure this on here. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals. And as you know, you can use the ends of these. A lot of people throw this away, but I use every square inch of my dimensionals. It's going to be kind of a sticky mess here. I'm going to put this on the side of my desk here. All right, so we want to place it here, but we want to use dimensionals. So we want to make sure that we don't glue this shut. So just kind of figure out where you want this circle to go, and then make sure it doesn't go outside the circle. So I think we'll go right about here. I'm going to put one more down here. I just tear it off. And let me make sure it doesn't go over. Okay, so we'll go right like that. And the important thing will be to make sure the bear's as straight as you want it. I guess you could be going uphill if you want. All right, now, when I look at a card, I see, okay, I got a little bit of extra space here. So I'm going to try to fill this using the products that I already have. So what I did was I cut out some more dies. And, you know, in this stamp set bundle, you get some nice little dies with this as well that coordinate. And I think I have all of them here. I have them spread out all over the place because I'm using them for different things. But these are an online exclusive, which means that you're not going to find them in any catalog. They are only found online, but you can order them anyway if you're at my stamp club, or you know, you want to make an online order, or you're at my house in person, or you want to email me. Anyway, you can order it. It doesn't mean you have to do it online. But what I added to my blog is I have a little catalog. It looks like a catalog. I put all the online exclusives in one little graphic. So all you have to do is punch on that on my blog on the right-hand side, and that will take you to the online exclusive page, and then you can find all of them there. So this product is found in there. The stamp set, the dies, and then that embossing folder that I showed you. All right, for this part of the card, you are going to see me place some little elements here, leaves here and there on the card, but I want you to disregard this because after I had it all glued down, I changed my mind because when I originally planned this card, I have them on the circle and not behind the circle. So I am going to do a do-over, but I wanted to tell you about my bloop because when I go back to put my leaves where I want them to go, you will see that I uplifted some of the paper. The DSP actually stuck to my leaves, so you'll see some white areas in here, and just disregard all that because this was definitely a blooper. All right, I kind of made a goof. I wanted to put this on the card down here, but I had already glued it here. So I peeled it off and we're going to start over here. But this is that white piece that I took up when I pulled it up. I pulled part of the DSP up, but that won't matter because my leaves are going to cover that. Oh man, I can't believe I did that. Because that's how I did it the first time. And after I was done, I said, oh boy, I want this more on the circle. So we're going to go right about here. But we want to fill that space up in here too. So we want to put it high enough like that. Remember, I'm going to cover that white space in there. Now we're going to put that leaf on here like that. So we'll just add a little more glue down here again. And now I can just place them a little bit better and it'll fill some of this space on the circle as well. Now we'll use the little sprig. I forgot I was going to add a bow on this. That's why I kind of had to do a do-over. And then we'll make that go over to that side. And one more is that pecan pie one. And we will re-glue that again. We'll go right here. And then how we'll tie it all in together is by adding a little bow that has Very Vanilla and Pecan Pie. This is also an online exclusive. And I really encourage you to check out the online exclusives today because 2 more kits are added and you're going to love them. I don't even have them in my hands, but check them out. Just click on that little graphic that I told you about. And whoopsie, let me get my glue dots here. And we'll secure this bow and we're still not quite done yet. I want to do one more thing here on the inside. This pecan pie ribbon is really easy to work with. It just kind of bends however you want it to go. And then I think I'm going to trim this down a little bit more so it's not in the bear's face because that's who I want to show off here. And then we'll make both sides equal. All right, now let's do the inside. What I did was I cut another circle from Stylish Shapes, the same size as this, and I want this to fit exactly underneath the other one like this. However, I'm going to have to place it like this when I glue it so I know it goes exactly where I want. So I'm not going to put the sentiment on because it would be too hard to try to get this straight and where it goes here, but I am going to stamp the leaf on here. Let me get some scrap paper because I don't want it a super bright leaf because it's going to be in the background. And I'm going to use crushed curry. And I'm going to use the maple leaf. And I'm going to do a dark one here and then a softer one right here. And then I'm going to take my sentiment and I'm going to use Cajun Craze. And this will be darker so it stands out more, just like the card base. And the sentiment I chose is "You are amazing in every single way." However, it's already, I'm not going to do that yet because remember I told you I want to kind of place this before. Let's see, I'll kind of guess where I want it to go. About like that. Okay, now we're going to flip it over and we're going to glue it. I'm just going to hold it like that and then add the adhesive on the back and then make sure it's not showing and then just fold it down like that, so that when the card is shut, you can't see that Very Vanilla piece. It's about where I want it as far as where the leaf is. That doesn't really matter, but once that's on, now I can stamp, and I'm going to use that Cajun Craze that I got ready before, and then hopefully stamp straight. There's one last little thing I wanted to do, and I made a little thank you banner, and this is just from the stamp set here. And then I stamped it in Cajun Craze on Berry Vanilla, and I'm just gonna grab some dimensionals, the mini ones this time. Put a couple here, and we're just gonna add a little something on the outside. Sorry, I forgot about that. The finishing piece. And we will just go right down here off the edge a little bit. And then we are also going to add one little embellishment. This is another online exclusive, and these are pecan pie, and these are clear little adhesive dots. And I'm just going to put a small one over here in the corner just to add a little bit of interest here, right up here. And I think that's good. Just one little thing. All right, there you have it. There's our card for today. Thank you for joining me. This is just a little fun fold card. And then I want to remind you that I do offer a host code here. And if you place an order from me online and your order is over $50, I will send you some Stampin' Up! Product along with a thank you card. And that's my way of saying thank you so much for supporting me and my small business. I so appreciate that. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and that you enjoyed this little card today. Thank you. We will see you next Tuesday morning. Bye-bye.